Good morning, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Wilson again. Welcome back to Journeys. Let's get started. Today, we're going to say the first sound at the beginning of a word. For example, what is the first sound in pat? P, p. The first sound in pat is p. Nice job. Let's look at these pictures. Here is a picture of a boy who ran. Ran. What's the first sound in ran? R, r. Nice job. Let's look at the next picture. Here is a man. Say man. What sound do you hear at the beginning of the word man? If you said give yourself a high five. Next, we have a picture of a hat. Say hat. What sound do you hear first in hat? Nice job. And our last one is can. Can. If you said k, nice work. Let's review our letters from yesterday. The first one is the letter A. We have a picture of an apple. A, apple, A. Repeat with me. A, apple, A. Let's look at our next letter, D. And we have a picture of a duck. D, duck, D. D, duck, D. And our last letter is N. N, noodle, N. N, noodle, N. Good work. Now we're going to work on blending our sounds. Take a look at the word map. The first sound in map is M. The second sound is A. And the third sound is P. M, A, P. And when we put it all together, what do we get? M, A, P. Map. Map. Nice job. Here we have the word gnat. N, A, T. All together, gnat. Now that I've done a couple words, I want to see if you can do any. Let's look at the first word, number 1. What's the first sound? The second? And the third? D, A, D. All together, dad. Let's look at number 2. What's the first sound? The second? And what's the third sound? M, A, T. Mat. Number 3. First sound is, the second sound is, and the third sound is T. A, N, tan. Number 4. First sound, S. Second sound, A. Third sound, T. All together, sat. And our last word, K, A, P, cap. Nice job. So first word is dad, second, mat, third, tan, fourth, sat, and fifth is cap. Look at the sentence at the bottom in yellow. Take a minute, see if you can read that. Remember, if you get stuck with a tricky word, figure out what the first, second, and third sound is. Cam and I play with the cat. Let's read it all together fluently. Cam and I play with the cat. Let's work together to spell the word sad. Here is a picture of a sad face. So how do we spell the word sad? Well, I know the first sound is S, and the letter for S is S, The next sound is A. I know that the letter A stands for the sound A. The last sound is D. And I know that the letter D stands for the sound D. So, sad is spelled S-A-D. Sad. Now I want you guys to try some on your own. Here's a picture of a bat. Think of the first sound in bat, and what letter stands for that sound? What about the middle and the last sound? Do you know how to spell bat? If you said B-A-T, you got it right. Nice job. Now we have a picture of my son, Cameron. For short, we like to call him Cam. Do you know how to spell Cam? Think about the first sound in Cam. What letter does it begin with? What about the middle and last sound? Try to spell the word Cam. If you said C-A-M, you were right. Now, let's practice our high-frequency words. One way I like to practice spelling words is by using my finger as a pencil and using my hand as a piece of paper. Look at this picture. They have their finger on their hand and they are writing on their hand. Let's spell our words on our hand to practice. The word is and. A-N-D. And. This is the word be. Make sure you have your finger and your hand, or like I like to call them, your pencil and your paper, and write be. B-E. Be. This is the word help. H-E-L-P. Help. Play. P-L-A-Y. Play. Get your finger in your palm and let's write with. W-I-T-H. With. And the last word is you. Let's write it. Y-O-U. You. Let's review our 6 words, starting with the top and going down. Shout them out with me. Help. With. Be. Play. You. And. Point to the word help. Point to the word with. Point to the word play. Point to and. Point to you. And finally, point to be. Great job. Let's do some grammar. This week in grammar, we're going to learn about nouns. Can you say nouns? A noun is a person, place, animal, or thing. Let's look at this chart. Girl, boy, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, Mrs. Jones, those are all nouns. They name a person. School, home, playground, those are all places. They are nouns and they name a place. Dog, bee, frog, cow, lizard. These are all nouns and they are animals. Book, flower, shoe, pencil. These are also nouns, but they are things. So we know that a noun is a person, place, animal, or thing. Here is a chart listing some more nouns. We have girl and boy, those are under people. We have dog and sheep, those are under animals. We have house and sidewalk, those are all places. And we have a hose and a sweater, those are all things. So all of these are nouns. Can you think of any more nouns that would go in the category of people? Or any nouns that would go in the category of animals? What about nouns that would go under places or nouns that would go under things? Take a minute, think about some nouns that go into these categories. I thought of some more too. For nouns that are people, I thought of teacher, sister, baby. For nouns that are animals, I thought of cat, bug, rabbit. For nouns that are places, I thought of the school or a kitchen or a park. And for nouns that are things, I thought of ball, pencil, chair. Can you think of any more? Let's learn 3 new vocabulary words. The first one is invitation. Can you say invitation? An invitation is a request to come to somewhere or to do something. Here's a picture of a birthday party invitation. It says you are invited and the time and place where to go. Have you ever gotten an invitation before? Our next word is ruin. Say ruin. Ruin means to destroy or wreck. Let's look at this picture. In the first picture, the girl is building something. It looks like she's building a tower with blocks. Then it looks like her dog came over and knocked it down. He destroyed her tower. He ruined her tower. Our final vocabulary word this week is beautiful. Say beautiful. Beautiful means very pleasing to the senses or to the mind. When I look at this picture, I see a beautiful landscape. I see gorgeous, colorful flowers. I see a shining lake. I see trees that are blooming. This picture is beautiful. Now, let's read our anchor text again. We are going to read What is a Pal? The genre of this book is an informational text. That means it's giving us real information about a real topic. As we read, let's think about what the main idea is. Now remember, main idea is the most important idea about the topic. And let's look for details that support the main idea. Details are facts that tell more about the main idea. So as we read, I want you to think, what is the main idea of this text? And what details support that main idea? A pal can help you. Sam and Nat can help Dan. How are the pals helping one another? Take a look at the picture. How are Sam and Nat helping Dan? Well, it looks like Dan's trying to take care of a garden. He has his friends who are helping with the hose and making sure that it is straight and doesn't get in a knot. His other friend is bringing over a watering can. It looks like they're about to water some plants. A pal can play with you. Tad, Cam, and Nan can play. What facts do the words and the pictures tell you about what friends do for each other? Think about the words I just read and look at the picture. What facts do the words and pictures tell you about what friends do for each other? Well, we know that pals help, pals play, and pals do things with you. A pal can be a pet. A pal can be dad. What is the same about what the pet and what the parent are doing to be a good pal? Think about what the dog is doing and think about what the dad is doing. Both are really good pals. How are they both being good pals? Well, they're both being with somebody and they're keeping that person company. It looks like the boy is sitting on the steps and the dog is with him, keeping him company. And it looks like the girl's at a petting zoo and her dad is standing with her and being with her and keeping her company. So the dog and the dad are both good pals. A pal can be with you. A pal is fun to be with. Let's think about what we've read so far. Now we know that the title of this text is What is a Pal? But can you think of another title that would be really good for this story? Think about what we've read so far. If you wrote a new title to tell me what the main idea of What is a Pal was, what would your new title be? Mine would be Why Pals Are Great. Are you a pal? Now that we finished the book, I want you to think about, why did the author write this text? Why did they decide to write this? I think they wanted to explain all about being a pal and tell what a pal is. Now that we've finished reading this book twice, it's time to talk about the main idea. In What is a Pal, you read about what it means to be a pal. This is the topic. The main idea is the most important idea about the topic. What is the main idea? Then we think about details. Details are bits of information about the main idea. What details did you find out about pals? Let's use this web to show the main idea and the details. This web will help us show the main idea and details about the topic pals. The middle oval is where we'll put the main idea, what is a pal is all about. Then we'll fill in the details in the outer ovals. So what do you think the main idea is? And what are the details that support that? Take a minute and think about how you would fill out this organizer. Look at this graphic organizer I created. In the middle, I put what the main idea was, and that was all about pals. Then in the sides, in the circles around it, I put what the details were. Pals can help you, pals can sit with you, pals are fun to be with, and pals can play with you. If you're filled out this organizer just like I did, give yourself a high five. All right, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this reading block as much as I did. I'll see you Thursday.